Thank you for joining us for the first episode of Art and Games University. I'm your host, John Coulter from Sharks Eat Meat. Art and Games University is a new series which explores the art and cultural content found in video games. In our first episode, we'll be exploring Mario Kart DS, but before we begin, we'll go over the mission of our research. Video games are an art form. They have stories just like books and stylized representational subjects and settings just like films, sculptures, or paintings. While every single element of a game, such as a tree branch in the background, is carefully crafted art made by creative developers and designers, Art and Games University catalogs and analyzes the quantity, type, in-game meaning, and real-world art historical references of all art objects and cultural content found within the virtual worlds of video games. We've collected data from a diverse pool of games, from AAA to indie, with many systems sampled and decades of content scoured. To do so, we have documented 100% exploration and completion of over 300 games and compiled data for 50 of these, with the list of documented and dissected games growing regularly. During our research, we have found that much of the data and evaluation of art objects in games are understudied. This research is important to document. Over the course of our series, questions such as what cultures inspired the temples in games such as GoldenEye 007 and The Legend of Zelda will be answered. What games have the most or least art? Which NPCs created or collect the most art? If this type of content interests you, consider liking and subscribing, and don't hesitate to share our show with your friends. Mario Kart DS was released in 2005 from developer Nintendo EAD and publisher Nintendo. Mario Kart DS is the product of the hard work and talents from many artists. We'll briefly highlight a few who had a crucial role in bringing the style, visuals, and worlds to life. Producers Shigeru Miyamoto and Hideki Kono oversaw course designers Hiromu Takemura, Hirotaki Otsubo, Yoshihisa Morimoto, and Taiko Sugawara, many of which have experience with map and course design on iconic games such as Zelda's and other Mario Karts. Mario Kart DS features 32 courses in the Mushroom Kingdom and beyond, with sites boasting collections of architecture, sculptures, modern media, paintings, stained glass, and gardens. Next, we'll do an overview of the statistical makeup of media found in Mario Kart DS. Which course do you think has the most art? What type of art do you think is the most prevalent in Mario Kart DS?
Let's go!
Mario Kart DS has a whopping 464 art subjects. For some perspective, out of 50 games cataloged, the average amount of art per game is 188.8. Mario Kart DS has the 5th most art this season, behind Duke Nukem 3D and ahead of F-Zero GX. The majority of Mario Kart DS's content is contemporary mass media and mechanical designs, with frequent appearances of architecture, sculptures, and paintings as well. Mario Kart DS has the 3rd most contemporary media objects, behind Horizon Chase 1 and GoldenEye 007. With 33 art objects, Delfino Square has the 9th most art subjects in a single stage from our dataset sampled in Season 1. The courses and settings alone have 373 art objects, and today we'll be taking an in-depth look at Bowser's and Peach's castles, Luigi's mansion, the Desert Hill Pyramids, and Delfino Square. Which Mario character do you think collects the most art? Let us know in the comment section. Bowser Castle is an iconic location throughout the Mario franchise, and while he has presided over many castles over the years, they are almost always medieval Gothic stone brick fortresses. Bowser Castle makes 2 separate appearances in Mario Kart DS, one brand new course, and the second a remake from the GBA course of the same name. Bowser's DS course features a Gothic or medieval gray stone brick fortress, with round towers, simple square brick stone columns, a lava moat, interior garden, and sculptural facade. Many of these are elements common on castles built in the 1300s. The monolithic stone portrait sculpture of Bowser's face on the facade is similar to Gothic gargoyles. Several of Bowser's castles feature a green garden area, a strange feature for a wartime fortress. While no castles have been built with a lava moat, Reigersberg Castle is a medieval castle from 1100 AD built atop a dormant volcano in Austria. The pointed red-orange roofs resemble Peach's castle more than Bowser's. The GBA Bowser Castle is a lava-filled dungeon. The interior is surrounded by a stone arcade and 4 stone sculptures of Bowser. While the arches are smooth and not pointed, the stonework architecture is cartoonishly Gothic. The sprites are slightly altered, but still faithful to the GBA version. The variety of columns in the arcade is noteworthy. Tuscan columns are smooth, and undetailed round poles, often with no base or foot. Doric and Ionic columns include a foot and have fluted or ribbed poles and more decorative tops or capitals. The Gothic and medieval eras were characterized by constant war, disease, and death. The gargoyles and militaristic stone fortress make perfect aesthetic sense for Bowser's style. Up next is Peach's Castle, which makes 3 appearances in Mario Kart DS, each showing a slightly altered version or different area of her properties. In Mario Circuit, a paved racetrack circles a decorative Victorian castle. The castle's form most closely resembles those from Super Mario 64 and Mario Kart 64's Royal Raceway, with a few notable differences. The pointed towers and stained glass indicate Peach's Castle is a Victorian palace and not a Gothic fortress such as Bowser Castle. Despite this, Peach's Castle does contain defensive features, including a moat and 4 lookout towers. Peach's Castle is regularly shown with a prominent stained glass portrait of the princess on the facade. Simple stained glass has existed since ancient Greek and Egyptian times, but large vertical high Gothic cathedral-style windows are more commonly known in pop culture. Few private patrons outside the church could afford such stained glass. Peach's round stained glass is likely Victorian, along with the rest of the castle's architecture. As an iconic artistic expression that transcends the boundaries of gaming, Peach's stained glass is awarded this episode's High Score trophy. Peach Gardens is an ornate botanical park with flower collections, artful hedge sculptures, hedge mazes, fountains, and a small section of an architectural facade in the same style as Peach's Castle. The facade is made of white stone with a red tile roof. The windows are both square and arched, and the 2 columns in front are simple square stone brick pylons with no frills. Hedge mazes are an evolution of the knot garden from the Renaissance, and similar in concept to ancient labyrinths. They were popular during the Renaissance, Baroque, and Victorian eras, and continue to be popular attractions today. The hedge sculpture of Mario reflects a long history of topiary arts. Horticultural arts involve trimming or guiding a plant to grow in a new form or sculptural shape. The practice dates back approximately 2,000 years in several cultures. Gaius Matthias Calvinus is credited with introducing the art to ancient Romans, making elaborate animal figures around 50 to 0 BC, as described by both Martial and Pliny the Younger. Around the same time, the art of penjing was developed in China, similar to the Japanese bonsai, which evolved from penjing some 700 years later. Penjing are small, living sculptures of plants in small pots or displays. Myth states that powerful monks were able to shrink whole forests. The GBA Peach's Cup course shows Peach's Castle on the distant horizon of the stage's background. Though stylized, the castle resembles the N64 version. Highlights of Peach's art collection include her Victorian-style palace, stained glass portrait, and botanical gardens. As an NPC, she has a large collection of art across many games. The haunted property in Luigi's Mansion first appears in the GameCube game by the same name. Luigi's Mansion is a ghost house in a forest near Professor E. Gadd's lab located in Boo Woods. Gadd is an inventor who hunts ghosts to capture them inside haunted paintings. The mansion is a creation of 2 ghosts, Boo Lossus and King Boo. The style is similar to iconic mansions in the American South, with antebellum and Victorian features. Luigi's Mansion's exterior does not have a porch or columns as most antebellum properties do. The windows are arched and there are cupolas, or small domes, on the roof. The front stairs have ornate carved reliefs with curved organic motifs similar to a seashell. The upper windows have frilly frames and molding resembling leaves. The gravestones surrounding Luigi's Mansion are of 2 varieties. One is a small flat rectangle, the other has a curved OG-style top and decorative motifs depicting a column or archway, which are sometimes symbolic of the passage to the next life. Gravestones such as these were common during the antebellum and Victorian eras. There are 23 magical ghost-containing paintings with varying ornate frames in the original Luigi's Mansion. 4 of these make an appearance in the DS course, those being Boo, King Boo's Bowser costume, Madame Clairvoya, and Chauncey. Stylistically, the paintings in the GameCube version have canvas texture and brushstrokes showing. The texture is not visible on the DS. They are accurate to the surreal world Mario exists in and take no stylistic liberties. Victorian and antebellum ghost houses have appeared in Boo Woods since SNES's Super Mario World throughout all of Dinosaur Land. Luigi's Mansion has continuously been stylistically presented as a decrepit antebellum wooden manor. Delfino Plaza is a location originally from Super Mario Sunshine. Delfino Plaza is a tropical vacation port town on the dolphin-shaped Delfino Isle, home to the Pianta people, colorful humanoid palm creatures. Mario Kart DS's Delfino Square features parts of the plaza and the pier. The course is inspired by the world-famous Monaco Grand Prix, which races through the real city streets and harbors of Monaco, Monte Carlo, and La Condamine. The virtual city is known for a clock tower and Grand Pianta statue. Variations of the Grand Pianta statue appear in several Mario games after first appearing in Bianco Square in Super Mario Sunshine. The statue's appearance alters slightly, from being on a stone pedestal to being in a fountain. However, the Grand Pianta is consistently depicted as a gray stone Pianta figure with a fist raised triumphantly upward. Delfino Square oozes with inspiration of Monaco's sunny seaside harbors and is one of the courses with the most art within Mario Kart DS. As an exotic vacation destination, the design's inspiration is in stark stylistic contrast to much of the surreal, Gothic, and Victorian architecture found in the Mushroom Kingdom. Next on our tour, we'll be examining the Desert Hills course, based on Desert Land, or Kupahari Desert, originally from Super Mario Bros. 3. The pyramids in Desert Hill are blocky step pyramids made of stone, possibly shroom stone or thwomp stone. They are similar to the Pyramid of Dozier in the Saqqara necropolis. The castle fort towers and walls are like those of the Cairo citadels and the Kite Bay citadel's towers. The architectural style of the fortress walls is likely much newer than the ancient pyramids. I'm uncertain if the Koopas contemporaneously built the pyramids, or if they are ancient ruins like the real-world pyramids that inspired them. Who do you think built the Desert Hill pyramids, and are they related to the Shifting Sandland or Sarasaland pyramids? Next, we'll be analyzing the Frappe Snowland course featuring frosty hills dotted with snowmen and an icy canyon. Frappe Snowland originally appeared in the N64 Mario Kart Flower Cup. In addition to the many small, round snowmen, the course has two monumental ice sculptures, one of Mario and one of Yoshi. Ice sculptures predate refrigeration and can be traced back to several past cultures. Early Inuit cultures in Alaska and Canada utilized ice for shelters and decorative purposes, possibly as early as 4,000 years ago. In 1600s China, ice was used to create shelters and functional glass-like objects as well as decorative sculptures. Today, ice sculptures are often part of public festivals or events, including the popular Harbin International Ice and Snow Festival in China and the Sapporo Snow Festival in Japan. Who do you think made the Mario and Yoshi ice sculptures? Like Delfino Isle's dolphin form, the entirety of Yoshi's Circuit Island is in the shape of a Yoshi. Earthwork and land art is a form of sculpture that uses natural elements placed in nature to form an artistic relationship that changes the space. The 1970 spiral jetty by Robert Smithson and Dubai's palm-shaped islands are a few examples of earthwork. How Yoshi's Circuit Island was created is unclear. I won't be going into detail about these subjects, but they are worth briefly mentioning. The GC Mushroom Bridge, inspired by San Francisco's Golden Gate Bridge, the lighthouse on Cheap Cheap Beach, which features a tall white beacon with no keep or quarters to live in at the bottom, and the Twilight House, which has red and green piranha plant wallpaper. There are 48 sculptural trophy cups made of varying precious metals available during the cutscenes after winning a circuit or cup. Who crafted or forged these metalworks is unknown, however there is no shortage of gold in the Mushroom Kingdom. Though the realms of the Mushroom Kingdom are often surreal fantasy worlds, contemporary media, signs, advertisements, and mechanical designs make up an overwhelming majority of the art and media content in Mario Kart DS. Mechanical designs and creations such as the 36 playable carts, Luigi's blimp, and larger automobiles such as the fresh Cheep Cheep delivery truck are regular sights on screen. Several stages are entirely mechanical designs such as Tick-Tock Clock, Waluigi Pinball, and the DS Battle Course. Mario Kart DS includes an emblem editor to decorate carts with custom decals and designs. This creative gameplay mechanic lets players personalize their experience by drawing on and decorating their carts. Fact check. Rob has alternative colors in Japan. True. The Rob LGS and the Rob BLS appear with gray NES colors in the North American version and red and cream Famicom colors in the Japanese version. Mario Kart DS's colorful starting line banners, racing signs, ads for racing products and services such as Luigi tires and Luigi oil, tourism ads including one for Sherbert Land on DK Pass, shop advertisements in Delfino Square all use common graphic design elements such as bold fonts and simple colors. Several NPC characters create or collect art in Mario Kart DS. Peach, Bowser, Luigi, and Wario are all known to have large collections of work. Kart racing enthusiast Lakitu has provided referee and race hosting duties throughout the Mario Kart franchise, and appeared as a recurring enemy and esteemed journalist in other games. To review, Mario Kart DS is full of art inspiration from our own world, including the Gothic and Victorian eras, ancient Egypt, and contemporary graphic design and media. Mario Kart DS has some of the densest areas of art from our data collected for Season 1. Peach, Bowser, and Luigi's art collections shine, and Delfino Square is a major cultural hub. If you've enjoyed this content, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel, and consider supporting our research through Patreon. Throughout the season, we will be doing live guided tours of video game locations. Don't miss out on those. Thank you for watching. What piece of art was your favorite from today's episode? Let us know in the comments. If you'd like to expand your knowledge of Mario cartography, we highly recommend visiting noclip.website. We have some trivia for you to try and guess in the comments. Which course in Mario Kart DS has the second most art behind Delfino Square?